And we call that the big idea. What's the big idea? Well, the big idea is that people want you to do something, and that's what's going to drive it. Yeah? And this is not new. Nothing I'm talking about today is patented or copyrighted or anything like that. This is a mere 2,200 years old. And we put that right at the bottom because that's where we've got to get to. Yeah? But obviously we've got to deliver what we're saying actually from up here. So let's join the two together. And start at the top. And when we start at the top, here we are, standing up, or sitting down, actually quite a lot of the time, sitting down in front of prospective clients or whatever it might be. What are we going to do up here? What are we going to do at the beginning? Yeah? To remember, only memory affects behavior. People will only listen if there's something to make them listen. Yeah? So what sort of stuff are we going to do at the beginning of any discourse?
Tell a story?
You could tell a story. Actually, what would be much more important is to tell them what's going to happen. Why? Why is that important? Thank you very much. You have not left them in the dark. And we call that it's not jargon. What it's about, the topic of today's meeting, the subject of today's meeting. It's always worth restating, even though that people have got agendas and you're there to talk, you're there to make a pitch. We've come to talk to you about. Then what might you do? Everybody knows now what it's about. What are you going to do next?
A timescale?
How long is this going to last? Am I going to get out of here in time for lunch? Yeah? Timescale? Yeah? Anything else? What do you normally do when you start? I'm going to tell you a story. It's about an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman, isn't it? So you tell them what they're going to hear, and that's what you call the structure. How you are going to put together the stuff that they're, with luck, going to listen to or discuss, because this works in discussion as well. Oh, mercy. Today we're going to talk about three things: audience, speaker, and a design tool. Structure. Then people know what's coming. Even better. Then if any of you guys are technical and looking down the list of attendees, there are some people who do technical stuff. If you're going to be using technical terms, you might think it would be a good idea to do what?
Research.
Research? No, I'm talking about you're in the middle of this exercise now. And you're a technician. Are you speaking to other technical people? If you aren't, what are you going to do? What would be a really good thing to do? Say again?
Break it down to easy.
Well, yes, do that anyway. Explain your terms. Thank you. Now, in something we haven't had today yet, but something else you might have to do legally.
Confidentiality.
Confidentiality, absolutely right. Anything else? Where are we? Where are we today? I beg your pardon?
Fire exits.
Fire, yeah. Health and safety. How could you possibly forget that? It comes under the heading of housekeeping, and housekeeping is, how long is this going to take? There's coffee at the end, there's lunch, yeah. The loos are down there. That's the fire exit. The fire alarm sounds like this. And there will be a handout, so you don't have to take notes. And when are you going to give the handout? Just as a matter of interest, when are you going to give them the handout? Any ideas? Why? Say again louder.
So they don't get their own literature.
Yes, Because what do you want the audience to do?
Listen.
Listen. You want them jolly well to listen to you. If you give them something to read, are they going to listen?
And I would say if you give them a handout, they're less likely probably to remember as they think, oh, right, I'm not going to do too much. And if you say get them to take notes, but then give the handout, they've actually remembered it better because they've actually written something down.
Yeah. If I hear, I remember a bit. If I write it down, I remember a lot more. If I do it, I can be almost perfect at what it was. Yeah, absolutely. Good. And that all comes under housekeeping. And then there's quite an important bit which looks like that. Why? What am I doing to you now? I'm asking you a question, right? Now, what is the rule about questions? Have I given you a rule about questions today? And what did I say? Ask at any time. Absolutely. Now, what have you done by doing that? What have you done?
You've engaged with the audience.
Well, I hope so. But never mind. But more importantly, what have you done?
Give them permission.
We are in control, more or less, of the audience. This is part of the control mechanism. Please leave your questions till the end. Please feel free to ask as we go along. Yeah? What's all this done? All this stuff. Topic, structure, explain the terms, housekeeping, questions. What's it done? What's it done to the brains of your audience?
Set a framework.
Set out a framework. What's that done for them?
When they know where they're going and have an idea what's...
Right. On the tops of our brains is floating a whole load of garbage. It's too hot in here. My teeth hurt. Will I get out in time to go get the car from the garage? Yeah? I wonder what the wine's going to be like. When is this guy going to stop? Yeah? And what's for lunch? This stuff is designed to help your audience clear their brains to get ready for what you, as speakers, want to do to them, which is get a memory in there, yeah, so that they will do something that you want them to do. It's to get them to the first magic dot. However, there are two things missing. Who said rapport, please? Somebody said rapport? You said rapport. That's one of the things. But also there's another really important thing. Remember we said, why should this audience listen? How are you going to do that? Sorry?
What's in it for me?
Say?
What's in it for me?
What's in it for you? Right. Very crudely, that is what we call the eye. And the eye is to make your audience open their eyes and keep them open while you talk. Yeah? And it is something like something that's going to interest them. People are normally interested by large numbers or money. So that's why a lot of people start off with, if I could show you a way to save, say 50% of your advertising budget, would you be interested? It's one of those sorts of things. Now half of the audience will switch off because only 50% of advertising is effective. The other half will listen. So you've lost 50%. Never mind, you might do well. And the very last thing, rapport. Rapport. It's a nice smile to show that you really are human. And if you don't do smiles to order, and I don't, then at least try and look nice. I don't always do that either. But at least try to contact your audience, be in touch with them, yeah? Okay, so you're ready to roll.